Everyone, it's Smitha. I am Glam Smitty on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And today I'm going to do a wear test and first impressions with a few products that I'm really excited to try out. The first is the Milk Makeup Hydrogrip Skin Tint. And I'm really excited because I saw Katie Jane Hughes try this out on Instagram. She's one of my favorite makeup artists and educators. And I think she always just nails the kind of glowy skin vibes that I go for, and always her skin always just looks so good. And the shade match on this I'm really excited about. A lot of foundations make me sort of look a little bit too orange, and this is the shade 9 blended right in. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on, and then I'm gonna try to do some check-ins throughout the day. I'm hoping that this might be helpful for you if you've been kind of on the market for a new foundation or were curious about this. Milk really doesn't have a whole lot of complexion products, so I think, you know, this is fantastic. And I've already seen a lot of really positive reviews, but I have not tried it. So, you know, I think that this is a great time to test it out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do kind of what I would consider a normal amount of foundation for me. I'm not sure if I did a little bit too much, but I'm gonna try to, you know, basically apply it like I would my normal foundations. I'm gonna just dot it on into the different areas and blend it in with their blending brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it in. I did prime my skin the way that I normally do. I moisturize really well. I don't specifically always use a primer, but I find that, you know, for me, moisturization is kind of the best way of priming the skin. First of all, the shade match on this is absolutely beautiful. I also use the new Milk hydration sticks after my normal moisturization, and love the way it looks. It is 3:25 p.m. So like I said, I'm gonna do some check-ins for the next 8 to 9 hours because I'm a bit of a night owl, and we'll see how this goes. Next, I'm gonna just apply these different face products from Salt New York. I'm not gonna do much kind of talking about Salt right now. This is really just, again, a first impressions, but really excited to play around more with my Salt New York products. I realized that maybe I should have used all products that are familiar to me in this video, but I have a bunch of things that I've been wanting to test out. I'm gonna put some highlighter on the high points of my cheekbones. And I've really just been using the Michelle Phan technique of adding powder in areas where I tend to look a little bit oily or greasy. She specifically recommended the corners of the nose and above the eyebrows. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that's it. Here's what my skin is looking like. And here's what we're looking like about 45 minutes after I applied the foundation, the blush, the highlight, lipstick, and setting spray. I just want to point out that, you know, this is a skin tint, so it's not going to be full coverage. You are going to see a little bit of the acne scars and the hyperpigmentation coming through. But a couple things, I think the shade match is fantastic, which for someone who has a lot of foundations that look Oompa Loompa-like on me, that is an impressive feat. And then the other thing too is just, I love the way that my skin looks. Again, I've only had this on for about 45 minutes, and I am gonna check in a few more times, but so far so good. And I think this is promising. Okay guys, it is 11:46. I meant to do a few check-ins throughout the day, but I wasn't able to. But I wanted to get up close and personal and show you the way that this foundation is worn, because this is a true first impression. And I, like I said, haven't done any touch-ups. The only thing is I put on eyeshadow and my lip is different than it was earlier today. And again, I'm wearing the shade 9. What I did is I primed my skin with my normal moisturizing skincare, and then I put on the new Milk hydration sticks, and I use this. I didn't use the Hydrogrip. I could have, but I didn't. It's not an everyday step for me. A more realistic step is just doing my skincare. I am super impressed. I will tell you, you know, I didn't powder much. I powdered here, tip of my nose, my chin, and above my eyebrows. My oils have peeked through, but my skin looks really nice, and it still has a very natural finish. I'll show you where the foundation has worn away. It's been mostly on the tip of my nose, and that's because I've had to blow my nose a little bit. I've had a little bit of an upper respiratory that I'm recovering from, but to be honest, it hasn't really worn in any sort of weird way around the mouth or under the eye or anything like that. So I am really impressed. The things that I'm most impressed by are that the shade range, the undertones and the shade range look so good. It's really rare for me as somebody who has a deep medium complexion and doesn't have like orange undertones to find a foundation, because most brands for people of color in my shade in particular, they have that orange undertone that makes me look a little bit Oompa Loompa. So right off the bat, this is a really fantastic shade. I also was sent shade 10 that I think is going to be really good in the summer. Because right now it looks a little tiny bit too dark and has a teeny bit more red in it, but I am hopeful that this is going to work for me in the summer. Other things that I want to mention, if you prefer kind of a dewier, if you don't prefer a dewier skin, you are going to want to do more powdering than I did. If you like a dewy skin look, then I think that this is going to work really well for you. If you like light coverage, I think it's going to work really well for you. This isn't full coverage. This doesn't give me as good of a coverage as my normal foundation. My go-to everyday foundation, or my full glam looks foundation, is the House Lab, and it's in the shade 370, and this is also, I would say, a pretty spot-on shade match for me. So in case you're curious or wanted to compare your shade to my shade, House Lab's 370 and Milk Makeup shade 9. So I hope this is helpful. This is my first time like doing a YouTube foundation kind of wear test, and I'm really curious if it's going to be helpful and if you want to see more kind of content like this, because it was fun to do. And I think that, you know, it's not so hard when I'm able to do kind of filming in the beginning of the day or in the middle of the day and then come back many hours later. I would like to do a few more check-ins during the middle of the day kind of later, but anyway, I'm learning as I go. So thank you so much for joining, and leave some of your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you're planning to pick up this foundation when it launches on 2/28, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.